All right, let's jump into some fascinating territory. We're going deep into the sacred geography of Hinduism,
Sounds good to me.
as described in, well, you guessed it, the Brahma Purana.
Of course.
But we're zeroing in on two really holy spots, Ekamra Kṣetra and Puruṣottama Kṣetra.
Okay.
Ready to get your pilgrimage on. All from the comfort of, well, wherever you're listening from.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. It's wild how these places aren't just like temples on a hilltop.
Right.
They're described as bustling with life, almost like blueprints for a perfect society.
Okay, so Ekamra Kṣetra first. This place is up there with Varanasi in terms of holiness.
Wow, that's saying something.
And apparently every other step you take, boom, another Shiva Linga.
It's true. The text really emphasizes how many Shiva lingas there are.
Like more than you could shake a stick at.
Haha, pretty much. But it's more than just lots of shrines, you know. It points to a deeper concept.
Okay, I'm listening.
Each linga represents Shiva's energy, right? So having so many suggests this whole area is, well, practically buzzing with spiritual power.
Yeah. Whoa, so it's not just about visiting a specific temple. It's like the whole city is one giant energy field.
You got it.
That's wild. And it gets even wilder because the Brahma Purana doesn't just tell us about the holy sites.
No.
It goes on and on about the city itself. Bustling markets, amazing buildings, even walls and moats for protection.
It's painting this picture of a seriously flourishing society.
Fortified and thriving, huh?
And not just materially either. Prosperous in every way. No poverty, illness, negativity.
Hold on, seriously.
Even says there are no fools in Ekamra Kṣetra. Everyone's wise, virtuous, living in total harmony.
Okay, now that sounds a little too perfect.
Yeah.
Like, where's the messiness of being human? You know what I mean?
Haha, great question. That gets to the heart of what this description might really be about.
Okay, what do you think it's saying then?
Is it a literal historical city? Probably not. It's more likely an ideal, a vision.
Oh, I see.
What a society could be if it followed Dharma perfectly. Cosmic order, right living, all that.
So it's less about an actual place and more about an aspiration.
Exactly.
A reminder that striving for a better world, a more harmonious way of life, that's part of the spiritual path itself.
You got it. And woven into this ideal, we see this celebration of nature.
Oh yeah, all the descriptions of the gardens and everything.
Lush gardens, orchards overflowing with fruit, tons of water features. It's like paradise.
And speaking of water, there's one place that really stands out. The Bindusara Tirtha,
Ah,
a
yes.
sacred pool made by Shiva himself.
Powerful stuff.
And get this, it's said to have a drop from every single sacred water source on Earth.
Wow.
Talk about a spiritual power smoothie.
Right. This is where the whole concept of Tirtha comes in.
Tirtha. Remind me what that is again?
Pilgrimage sites, but they're not just about the physical spot.
Okay.
There are points where divine energy, that sacred power, is super concentrated.
So like a portal or direct line to the divine.
Yeah, something like that. And by doing specific things at these tirthas, like bathing in the Bindusara,
You can tap into that energy.
yeah, you can tap right in and receive all sorts of spiritual benefits.
So bathing in this pool on certain days.
It actually says it's equivalent to doing a horse sacrifice,
Whoa, really?
which was a huge Vedic ritual.
So just a quick dip in the pool is like what, leveling up your spiritual game big time?
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. Donating to Brahmins at the Bindusara is even better.
Than other places. Why is that?
It's all about context. Remember, at tirthas, actions have amplified effects.
Right.
So doing something good there creates more merit, more good karma than anywhere else.
Location, location, location.
Yeah.
Applies to spirituality too, huh?
You could say that, but it's not all about earning brownie points, so to speak.
Yeah. What else is there?
Ekamra Kṣetra is also about connecting with those who've passed on.
Oh, right.
The text talks about Pindadana, offering food to ancestors, right on the banks of the Bindusara.
Okay, I'm following.
This shows how life and death are connected in Hindu belief. It's not a one-way street.
So we can still affect those who've passed on.
Exactly. There's this flow between the worlds, and our actions here can impact them.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So making these offerings, it's not just about remembering our ancestors.
It's about helping them in the afterlife.
That's amazing. And of course, we can't forget the main event.
What's that?
Worshipping Shiva at his temple in Ekamra Kṣetra. The Brahma Purana says it leads to purification and liberation from the cycle of rebirth.
The ultimate goal.
So we've got blessings galore, spiritual power-ups, and a direct line to Shiva himself. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal.
Definitely.
Now, let's journey to our second stop, Puruṣottama Kṣetra. A land so massive, it stretches 10 yojanas.
10 yojanas.
Yeah.
To put that in perspective, 1 yojana is about 8 miles.
Wow.
So we're talking about a sacred area the size of a small country.
This isn't just a holy city, it's a whole holy region.
That's right.
And the description, absolutely breathtaking. The Brahma Purana lists all kinds of trees: Ashoka, Arjuna, coconut palms, mango groves.
Oh, I love those descriptions.
Even fragrant champak trees. It even mentions these sweet bird sounds, like they're composing a symphony just for you.
I bet it's incredible. You know, those details about the trees are important.
How so?
Remember, in Hinduism, nature is packed with symbolism. Take the Ashoka tree.
Okay.
It's linked to love and fertility. And the Arjuna tree. That's all about strength and resilience.
So the variety of trees in Puruṣottama Kṣetra is hinting at something deeper.
Exactly. It might be saying this land has many facets, many layers of meaning.
It's like a botanical garden, but for spiritual growth.
You got it. And amidst this natural wonder, Puruṣottama Kṣetra is full of people from all walks of life.
That's right, all kinds of folks.
Brahmins deep in their studies, ascetics searching for enlightenment.
Everyday people just trying to live their best lives.
All dedicated to their dharma. It's like a microcosm of Hindu society itself.
It really is. And that's crucial, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
It shows that Puruṣottama Kṣetra isn't just for a select few.
Right.
It's not exclusive. It's for everyone, no matter their background.
That's a key point, especially considering the history of social hierarchy in India.
So in Puruṣottama Kṣetra, everyone's equal in the eyes of the divine.
Precisely. The path to liberation is open to all.
That's so cool. So you can be a scholar or a shopkeeper, an ascetic or a homemaker.
Exactly.
And still find your way to the divine.
It's a beautiful message, really.
It is. But there's something else that makes Puruṣottama Kṣetra truly special, right?
Oh, absolutely. This entire region is considered sacred because it's where Lord Krishna himself resides.
Wait, seriously?
In his form as Puruṣottama, the supreme being.
So not only is this place paradise on earth, but it's also where the supreme being hangs out. Talk about prime real estate.
It's the ultimate address. Krishna's presence elevates Puruṣottama Kṣetra to a whole other level of sanctity.
It's not just a holy site, it's the divine residence.
Exactly, and it gets even more amazing. The Brahma Purana tells us that other major deities like Shiva, Indra, and Agni also choose to live here.
Wow, everyone wants a piece of this place.
Even celestial beings like Gandharvas, Apsaras, Siddhas, they all call this place home.
So it's like the ultimate VIP lounge for the divine.
You could say that. What would it even be like to live in a place with that much concentrated spiritual energy? It's mind-boggling.
I know, just thinking about it makes my head spin.
Right. The text says that simply being in Puruṣottama Kṣetra leads to a blessed life.
Just by being there.
And eventually, liberation from the cycle of birth and death.
It's like a one-way ticket to enlightenment.
The power of sacred space is incredible, isn't it? It can literally transform your consciousness and shape your destiny.
Okay, that's pretty powerful stuff. But how does it actually work? Is it just like osmosis? Do we absorb good vibes by being near all that divine energy?
Well, it's not quite that simple. The Brahma Purana says that those who bathe in the sea and see Lord Puruṣottama, they attain heaven and avoid Yama, the god of death.
Oh, interesting. So it's not just about being there. You have to actively engage, make an effort.
Exactly. Purify yourself, seek out the divine presence. It's not just a free pass to enlightenment.
That makes sense. It's more like the divine is present and available, but it's up to us to open ourselves to it.
Precisely. And this idea of darshan, of seeing and being seen by the divine.
It's so central to Hindu pilgrimage, right?
It is. It suggests that a direct encounter with the sacred can change everything. Our path, our perspective, our very being.
Wow, that's heavy stuff. So we've got Akamraka Kṣetra bustling with activity, spiritually significant.
And Puruṣottama Kṣetra, vast and beautiful, where even the gods hang out. It's amazing to think about.
Both offering incredible benefits to those who visit or even just live there. And we've only scratched the surface.
There's so much more to explore in these descriptions. The history, the symbolism, the rituals.
I'm ready for more.
Well, in part 2, we'll dive even deeper into these amazing places. And trust me, there are some seriously intriguing insights waiting for us.
Can't wait. Stay tuned, folks, because this deep dive is just getting started.
Back again for more on Akamraka Kṣetra and Puruṣottama Kṣetra.
I'm ready.
It's amazing how these places, described in the Brahma Purana, aren't just dots on a map.
Right.
They're like entire worlds unto themselves.
Last time, we were blown away by how beautiful they are. All that spiritual energy.
It's a lot to take in.
But what else is there?
Mm-hmm.
What other secrets are hidden in these descriptions?
Well, let's go back to Ekamaraka Kṣetra for a minute.
Okay.
Remember all those Shiva lingas, making it this powerhouse of spiritual energy?
Yeah, tons of them.
But the text goes deeper. It tells us about the people who live there too.
Oh, right. What kind of folks are we talking about?
Remember how the Brahma Purana says there's no poverty, no illness, no negativity there?
Yeah, it was like the perfect place.
Well, it's not just about what's missing. It describes the people as incredibly wise, virtuous,
Okay.
dedicated to their dharma, always content, generous, harmonious with each other.
Sounds like a perfect neighbors.
Right. But it's making a bigger point, too.
I see.
A truly sacred space. It's not just about looks. The people have to embody those sacred qualities, too.
So the energy of the place is amplified by the people.
Yeah.
They're adding to it, not just taking from it.
Exactly. And that brings us back to dharma.
That again.
Remember, it's not just about rules.
Right.
It's about being good, living ethically, acting in line with the cosmos.
Big stuff.
These people in Ekamaraka Kṣetra, they're like living, breathing examples of dharma.
So it's not just a city full of temples and rituals. It's full of people who are like spiritually maxed out.
You could say that. It makes you think, how would our own lives change?
If we were like that.
Yeah, if we focused on those qualities, virtue, harmony, all that, how would our communities be different?
Interesting. But okay, let's get back to the scenery.
Oh yeah, the beauty.
We talked about the gardens, the orchards, all that abundance.
Yeah.
But is there a deeper meaning to all that?
Of course. Remember, nature is full of symbolism in Hinduism.
Right. Every little thing means something.
Those gardens, they could represent spiritual growth, the fruits of our practice.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
And the water, often linked to purification, transformation.
Cleansing the soul, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So the landscape itself is like a message, reminding us of the potential for spiritual growth.
Wow, I like that. And speaking of transformation, what about the Bindusara Tirtha,
Ah, the sacred pool.
made by Shiva himself? We said bathing in it on certain days is like a super-powered ritual,
Powerful stuff.
but there's something else about it. Right?
Oh, definitely. The Brahma Purana says that giving to Brahmins at the Bindusara Tirtha,
Yeah.
it's even more meritorious than at other sacred sites.
Really? Why is that?
It's not just how much you give, it's the intention, the context.
So giving from the heart, understanding the power of the place, all of that.
Exactly. It ties into this bigger idea in Hinduism.
Okay.
Doing things at specific times and places can boost your spiritual progress.
So like doing good on a random Tuesday is fine.
Yeah.
Do it at a Tirtha on a special day. That's like turbocharged goodness.
Aha, that's a great way to put it. It's about syncing up with the divine energy when it's strongest.
All right, makes sense. And speaking of syncing up, what about Pindadana?
Offering food to the ancestors.
That's supposed to be done on the banks of the Bindusara, specifically. Why there?
Remember how tirthas are where the veil between worlds is thin?
Oh, right. So it's easier to reach the ancestors there.
Exactly. The Bindusara might be like a direct line to the departed.
And offering food there guarantees express delivery.
Something like that. It shows how beautiful this practice is. It's not just about duty.
Or keeping the ancestors happy.
Right. It's about staying connected, showing gratitude, recognizing that life and death.
They're all part of the same flow.
Exactly. And of course, no trip to Ekamaraka Kṣetra would be complete without...
Visiting Shiva's temple.
Exactly. The Brahma Purana says worshiping him there leads to purification, liberation.
From the cycle of rebirth.
It's a reminder that these places, they offer more than just earthly benefits.
Yeah, they're not just about getting stuff.
They offer a path to transcendence, connecting with the ultimate reality, breaking free from limitations.
So, Ekamaraka Kṣetra has it all. Spiritually evolved people, a soul-stirring landscape, a sacred pool that boosts our actions, and a direct connection to Shiva himself.
It's pretty incredible.
It is. Now let's switch gears to Puruṣottama Kṣetra, Lord Krishna's home turf.
The vast, breathtaking abode of the divine.
We were obsessed with all the different trees.
A true botanical paradise.
It was like a spiritual botanical garden. But what about the people living there? What can we learn from them?
The Brahma Purana tells us Puruṣottama Kṣetra is home to people from all four Varnas.
The four social classes in Hindu society.
Right. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. This detail is really important.
Why is that?
It shows that this sacred land is for everyone, no matter their social status.
So it's not just about being open to all kinds of spiritual seekers. It's about going beyond social hierarchy entirely.
You got it. It's a huge statement, especially considering the history of social divisions in India.
So in Puruṣottama Kṣetra, your background doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. Everyone has the potential to reach liberation.
That's powerful. It reminds us that everyone has that spark of the divine, no matter what.
Exactly. And it goes further than just saying everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
The text describes everyone living in perfect harmony.
No conflict.
None. No prejudice, no social tension. It's like they've moved past all that.
Because they're focused on something bigger.
Exactly. United by their search for the divine. It makes us think, how can we cultivate that in our own lives?
That unity, that harmony.
Yeah. How can we look past the things that divide us and see that shared spark of humanity?
Deep thoughts. So we've got a city full of mysteries waiting to be discovered.
And a land that shows us what a truly harmonious society could look like.
That's a lot to think about.
It is, and it reminds us that these ancient texts, they're more than just stories.
Yeah.
They're like glimpses into a different way of seeing the world, a different way of being.
They're like roadmaps, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves.
Of our place in the cosmos, our potential for growth, for transformation.
Wow, that's beautiful. And even though these specific places might be legendary,
Shrouded in myth and time.
the lessons they teach us are timeless, universal.
Exactly. So, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Into Akamaraka Kṣetra and Puruṣottama Kṣetra.
what's the big takeaway? What do you hope people listening will remember?
Maybe it's that feeling of awe at the power of sacred places.
That some locations can lift us up, inspire us.
Or maybe it sparks a desire to find those places in our own traditions.
The places that resonate with our souls.
The places that connect us with something bigger.
Or maybe it's just a deeper understanding of the principles these places represent.
Like what?
The pursuit of goodness, the importance of harmony.
Recognizing our shared humanity, our potential for liberation.
No matter who we are, where we come from.
It's been an amazing journey exploring these two sacred sites, learning about their history, their symbolism, the spiritual truths they hold.
Truly amazing.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Akamaraka Tantra and Puruṣottama Tantra.
It's been a pleasure.
And hey, stay tuned for our final exploration. There's still more to uncover. Welcome back to our final deep dive into Akamaraka Kṣetra and Puruṣottama Kṣetra.
It's been a wild ride.
We've covered their beautiful landscapes, the divine beings that call them home,
All those amazing benefits for pilgrims.
but I'm getting the feeling there's still more to discover, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. We've mostly focused on the what of these places, their features, who lives there, the rituals.
Right, the nuts and bolts.
Exactly. But now, let's dig into the why. The deeper meaning behind all these descriptions. What can we learn from the symbolism, the stories embedded in these sacred landscapes?
Okay, now you've got me hooked. Where do we even begin?
Let's circle back to Akamaraka Kṣetra.
Right.
Remember how it gets its name from a mango tree?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the Brahma Purana mentions 8 super important pilgrimage sites connected to this city.
8? That's a lot for one city.
Think of it like a spiritual treasure map, each spot marking a place of intense energy, a specific aspect of Shiva's power.
Okay, that's cool. But it doesn't tell us about each one individually, does it?
Sadly, no. We get this tantalizing mention of 8 sites, but no real details about what makes them special.
Oh, man.
It's almost like the Brahma Purana is encouraging us to use our imaginations,
Oh, I see.
do our own digging, maybe look into other scriptures, local traditions to uncover the mysteries.
So it's like a spiritual choose-your-own-adventure. I kind of love that.
It definitely keeps things interesting and reminds us that even a text as detailed as the Brahma Purana has hidden depths.
Like layers upon layers of meaning just waiting to be peeled back.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got a city named after a mango tree and 8 mysterious sacred spots. What about Puruṣottama Kṣetra? Any hidden gems there?
Well, we talked about how Puruṣottama Kṣetra is all about inclusivity, welcoming people from all walks of life.
Yeah, no matter who you are, you're welcome.
Right. But the text specifically says it's home to people from all 4 varnas. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras.
The 4 social classes.
Exactly. It's not just about being open to different spiritual paths. It's about transcending social hierarchy completely.
So in this place, those divisions fade away.
They become meaningless. Everyone, no matter where they come from, has the potential to achieve liberation.
That's a powerful message, especially given the history of social divisions in India.
Absolutely. It's like a bold statement about the universality of spiritual seeking. That spark of the divine is in everyone, regardless of their earthly status.
It's like saying, hey, the cosmos doesn't care about your social standing. We're all in this together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just saying everyone's welcome.
What do you mean?
The text describes the people of Puruṣottama Kṣetra living in perfect harmony.
Really? No conflict? No tension?
None. No prejudice, no social drama. It's like they've moved past all that because they're focused on something bigger.
On their connection to the divine.
Exactly. It challenges us to think about how we can create that same sense of unity in our own lives.
To look past the things that divide us, see the common thread that connects us all.
It's a beautiful vision.
It really is. So we've got a city full of secrets just waiting to be unlocked, and a land that shows us what a truly harmonious and inclusive society could look like.
Amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's a reminder that these ancient stories, these descriptions of sacred landscapes, they're not just dusty old tales. They're filled with wisdom and insights that can still resonate with us today.
They offer a different way of seeing the world, of understanding ourselves and our place in the universe.
So as we wrap up our journey through Ekamra Kṣetra and Puruṣottama Kṣetra, what's the big takeaway? What do you hope our listeners will carry with them?
Maybe it's a renewed sense of wonder at the power of these places.
Places that can inspire us, connect us with something greater.
Maybe it sparks a desire to explore the sacred geography of our own traditions, to find those places that resonate with our souls.
The places where we feel that spark of the divine.
Or maybe it's just a deeper understanding of the principles these landscapes represent.
The pursuit of goodness, the importance of harmony.
The recognition that we're all connected, that liberation is possible for everyone.
It's been an amazing journey exploring these two incredible sacred sites. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Ekamra Kṣetra and Puruṣottama Kṣetra. May their stories continue to inspire us as we navigate our own paths in this world.